Hey everyone, so it's another week of a weekly game jam, with this one being a weekly game jam 150. Already 150 game jams with some interesting themes and some okay themes. This week's theme is You Are the Enemy, which was pretty close with time. It would have been not so creative if it were time. But yeah, You Are the Enemy is a pretty good jam, I think. In this game development blog, I will show you my game planning, drawing, animation, and some coding steps I took to make my 7-day game jam. My technique when it comes to doing game jams is to go by example of game types already made that are fun, work well, and most importantly, easy to make. The theme for this week would go perfectly for a top-down shooter game type in my mind. And the best example of an easy top-down shooter is Journey of the Prairie King. This is a known mini arcade that you can play in Stardew Valley. It has simple melee enemies that chase the player up and down, power-ups like coffee, and rapid fire. It even has a mini boss, which is kind of boring, but it's still a mini boss. So now that I have my game in mind, all I have to do is adjust to the theme. For this theme, I will go with, how about a Donkey Kong capturing the princess? No wait, how about Booger Man? From those commercials that you always see from that coffee medicine. Booger Man is also going to be a hot girlfriend, or maybe better yet, a princess. But this princess he captures, he must marry. But the angry villagers are mad that the Booger Man stole their princess. Booger Man is already becoming a lovable character in my game. So I did end up changing the name of the game. Instead of it being a Booger Man, I went with Dr. Pickle. I figured with my bad pixel drawing, I just went with Dr. Pickle, because he really didn't really look too much of a Booger Man by now. The soldiers, I made them spawn out of those 4 doorways. North, south, east, west. I wanted them to come up. I did kind of wanted to do an introduction on them, like a kind of like an animation, but I really just didn't have enough time. I did put the timer, which I really wanted, and then on top it shows your, what level you're at, also your HP as it goes down. Um, what else? I did like the power ups. So, like example, that one that was just coffee that makes you run faster, and I added a timer on that. So when the coffee effect runs out, then you go back to normal mode. The wizards were fun to do actually. I figured I wanted to do a range, enemy, but I was going with either a ranger type of like bow and crossbow. But I said like a wizard would be cool, much better. It makes sense to shoot fireballs out of, from his wand. The princess, see, she did add like locks, and the locks are gonna be for the lockpick that character that I made, which is coming right here. It's right there. What he does is he takes, lockpicks the cage, and after all the locks are gone, the princess is free and it's game over. That was just something extra I wanted to do, something a little bit more challenging so you don't have to just focus on, your HP. You also have to focus on not letting the princess get away. I added other little power ups like that rapid fire you just saw. That was a fun one. I did like the rapid fire. It was also on a timer, so after a while it kind of runs out and then you go back to your normal state. And here comes the boss. This was the night boss. I really did enjoy doing this night boss. I knew he had to do some sort of, special attack. I just wasn't sure. And I figured, oh, you know what? Knights, they usually, these tanks, they have like special like whirlwind attacks. I said, how easy is that? So, what? It was kind of hard first to do it. But I figured, wait, if I set a timer and every 5 seconds, excuse me, he would turn into, do this whirlwind attack, and after another 5 seconds he will go back to his normal state. When he was doing his whirlwind attack, you couldn't be able to hurt him, but in the meantime none of the other enemies will stop spawning, so it'll be just the night tank or the night boss. I also knew that he had to have some sort of HP, so I took the timer out from the top and just created the HP. So whenever the timer runs out of level 3, the timer UI would disappear, and the night HP would appear. So every time you would hit him, his HP would go down. And that was the idea of, making this game. I didn't want him to do anything other else. Didn't want to make him too hard. I know some people would get stuck on him. Because I did give him a lot of life. I gave him like 99 hits, and each hit is like 1. So I figured, and then that particle effect, which I really liked. And that was the end of the game. I figured you had to have like a little win scenario, like an ending. So I just went with, he gets married with the princess. And he's got the little animation of, she's got the little tear-eyed animation, if you can see from there. Amazon Prime, I guess all girls like Amazon Prime, right? Can't live without it. Just something funny to go with it. I wanted to have some humor in it. And that was my weekly game jam. It took me the whole 6 days to build. It was really tiring on my hands. Especially I had to do a lot of creativity with this one. And I hope everybody enjoys this one and appreciate it. I'll see you guys all next time on next game jam.